Okay, I'm live. Uh, I've been online today, probably making a nuisance of myself, and had some things to say about drug legalization or the legalization of marijuana and how drugs started this whole mess and my mess as well. I posted what our plans are to sanction these countries for bringing it in here, how that's just absolutely ridiculous. This is what they've been doing, provoking people. And sure, probably it did help. I know I've helped a lot of people, choose a better path than drugs. But the thing is that when people have no idea what has passed between you and your doctor, I was injured in 1988 and had the best doctor that invented reattaching limbs, although he was against me. He was a neurologist that worked for the workers' compensation company. The locals really thought I was going to get some money and tried to steal it. And the very people that they stole my courtroom case, which would have guaranteed 100% disability from then on out, and tried to advise, tried to find a way to get that money, are the ones who really are part of the whole rehab and civic system. And how local this is that this goes on. And you get caught up in it. And they knew that we would. But a doctor can only write prescriptions, and these people can only really facilitate the paperwork for whatever assistances that you're left with. And when they leverage those, you're out. You're out in the cold. That the backlash, that there's really nothing left, and it's a death sentence. And I knew it was a death sentence. All of my doctors knew that pain medicine was a death sentence. But as soon as meth got to be a thing and your kids get old enough and people are after your medicine, it was my choice to try to go to an implant. But whether I'm in a car and just looking sideways and just a quick little jerk from the driver, has me so sick. Things that for, since 88, I guess probably 96, that finally had to uh, uh, take the move to pain medication. And that it's a death sentence. But when they were all coming to steal it, it was my decision that I wanted to be, on an implant that couldn't be stolen. And when they give you nothing left, um, they don't have the policing. You see, I really don't even care for marijuana. I don't like the way it makes me not remember things. Wouldn't know where to get it. But there has been an occasion, and it will help because I do get really sick. Sicky sick from the pain. And so I have made exceptions, probably not 10. But when your landlord comes in and it disappears out from under your bathroom sink and then reappears on inspection, and part of the club that advised on how to get to that big settlement they thought you might get, it gets absolutely ridiculous. We're talking about entrapment. We're talking about throwing people in the streets because you want to get something on them. It has gotten ridiculous, 100% ridiculous, and it doesn't stop. The druggies get reformed now. Somebody like me, well, hey, look, I seem bright, intelligent. I should be able to work. Well, I've been trying to manage that one. Unfortunately, losing my income, I lost all my equipment that I was building toward, trying to learn to be online, and a few ideas that I did have. But that to continue on doesn't seem a very bright idea or way. I would much prefer and do as much as I don't care for it. I think that marijuana is a much better idea than as much pain medicine and Xanax. There's no way I want something like that people are so vicious to get. No way. The threat that it leaves you in, the threat that the reform leaves you in. There's been 3 instances just in a month's time with them coming around with lumber and bats and standing across the street, hitting it on the ground, threatening me, and me with zero income. And these people with, because, well, I know that he's up 3 nights in a row and he's, killing himself or, flatlining on meth with a needle, but he's getting help from the church, the same one that wanted to go after me. And I'm crazy because I know my Bible, and it's, I don't have churchianity. So the things I say, oh my goodness, the things I say. Who would believe that Christianity could lead you to things called astral travel? Because that's what that is. You can put a label on it. When we lose freedom of speech, when I think of looking across my clips today and how much is gone that came right out of their own mouths, their directives on problematizing to come in and get control over your rights. And this is all about an attack on rights. I don't care what language they invent to do it. You don't problematize unless there's a problem there. And the only thing you can do is, as a doctor, take away prescriptions. As somebody with assistance, take away their assistance. Now, what are you going to do? Well, they're not going to pay my $40,000 of debt they put me in. That's for sure. And there's no way it fell short of the different specialists that I needed to get to for neck, thoracic, and lumbar. Those are each different specialty, specialists that you have to go see. But there's no common sense, and it's not going to stop. But when you lose the protection of your freedom of speech, you've lost your doctor's relationship and his advice, and and to say, when it's local like this, and that's what's happened. This move to a local petty level. And like I said, if you were unfortunate enough to stay in your hometown and didn't make it big in your hometown, um, it's absolutely ridiculous the things that they can find a legal way or way around legal. And what they did to me was illegal. There was a hold a judge had put on my order, on my case. I wasn't notified. As far as I understand, the judge wasn't notified to call back in and take that hold off of my case. The way they began looking at cases were an ongoing monthly treatment. I was trying to redo mine over, um, move out of my house, get an apartment, and do more with $750 a month. And I made it with 2 credit cards, a dog that never liked which 2 different dogs, flea pills or shots, um, a car, and a credit card if it broke down, and a credit card that would take care of medical and veterinarian. Um, but those things that I was concerned about, those were delusional statements. Now, to have a budget, and there's always a little clause there that if they want to come after you and get you, they will. And if they have to come into your bathroom sink. Now that I don't know how many months that had been in there until it was emergency enough that I looked for it. And generally, I can't really look when I get that bad. I can't really turn my head down to look for things. But when Rand Paul, his comments that are on public feed, that gets gone, more and more gets gone. I mean, what are they trying to hide? Because hiding it's only demonstrating it. And if we don't really speak up and check our own facts before we start making other people check them, um, we're not going to have a way out of this. And everything out of their own mouth is what's censored. YouTube is gone. Bill Gates has destroyed communication in America. And he was asked to. There's no doubt. He got that alien stuff. No, it's not alien stuff. But whatever. He was given certain corporations were given technologies to develop this, and we sat as CIA right inside of it. Um, it's high time to let some people out of jail. It's absolutely ridiculous what they do. Some things are going to have to be legal, and if they're not going to let that be you going in your own spiritual belief, if they're not going to let you follow your doctor's orders, and they want you to carry things you're not allowed to carry, and you don't have a right to your health or your body, I don't know what they don't know what they're trying to force you to do, except to give you a coin and make you sing the song. They want you to say the same thing. And life's not like that. There's someone who speaks and someone who listens. And that's not the same job. Thanks, everybody. Never thought I'd be saying legalize marijuana.